What is our greatest emotional need? Most of all, a person needs to be needed. We cannot live if we do not feel that we are productive or that we are needed to someone for something. Some people call it a desire to achieve or to be successful. Others use big words like finding one's calling or finding a meaning in life. Sometimes it is just feeling a void in life, and sometimes it is a desire to care for someone. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, who was Freud's student during the war, ended up in Nazi concentration camps. And there he saw that only those who felt that their existence had a meaning survived. After the war, he created a school of psychology, logotherapy, which helps people to fight depressions through finding a meaning in their lives. The feeling of being needed is subjective. There are people who others don't think of much, but they feel as if they are God's gift to humanity. And then there are those who others feel a great need in, but they themselves feel like they're not needed. Usually, people feel needed either through their work, they produce something or at least they earn money, or through caring for others like family members or friends. In the era of pandemic, so many people are left without work, worrying about what will happen tomorrow. Not only people don't feel like they are productive, but also they are uncertain about their future. And on the family front, it's not any better. Children often cannot visit their parents. Grandparents don't see their grandchildren. And if we have children at home, we are locked inside our houses with them all day, making sure that they are studying over their computers. That's a recipe for a conflict. We suddenly don't feel like we are good parents, and therefore we don't feel productive. The result? In the US, the number of calls to the suicide assistance hotline increased by 600%. In Australia, the number of people who committed suicide during the pandemic exceeded the number of deaths from the virus itself. Drug overdoses increased by 300%. It is expected that measures to combat the virus will lead to a 20% increase of mentally ill people. If a person does not feel needed and does not have anything to look forward to in the future, it is very hard to live like this. Besides for work and family, there is another potential source of feeling that you are needed and looking forward towards your future. It is religion. Judaism teaches that each one of us is created by God and God needs us. Torah teaches that all, even the most difficult roads which God leads us on, bring at the end to something positive. Judaism says that even if we do not see that we are needed, we must look for how we are needed. And if we don't find it, we must believe that this purpose exists. Viktor Frankl wrote that religious people had much higher chance of surviving in the concentration camps. The manuals for psychologists talk about the benefits of religion for emotional health. The Center on Addictions made a study and found that religion can be a critical factor in recovering from addictions. Religion helps a person to believe that he is needed and that he has a future, even if his life experience right now shows him the opposite. Last week, the US president announced that religious institutions are considered essential, and if they are following outlined precautions, they can be opened. In the modern political climate, of course, all of his supporters agreed with the decision, and all those belonging to the opposing party disagreed. But in reality, how should we look at this? The Torah is obligating us to guard our health, but each step we take in life is associated with at least some danger. Crossing a street can be dangerous because a person can be hit by a car, but we still take walks outside. There are definitely a lot of dangers during the pandemic, and each decision has to be made weighing the benefits and the risk of any action. A person can catch a virus in a grocery store, but nobody closes grocery stores because they are absolutely necessary. Now people are talking more and more about the emotional cost of quarantine. Perhaps religious institutions can help. Religion influences a person because as one participates in religious life, the most important thoughts and ideas are repeated in daily liturgy, confirmed in the stories that he hears, reminded through rituals, and are affirmed in conversations with like-minded people. Today, when the world is waking up from the quarantine, maybe we can find ways to safely participate in religious life. If we put the need for religious institutions on the same level with bars and theaters, I'm afraid we will see even more victims of quarantine. Hollywood films do not help people to recover from depressions, and bars do not help people to get rid of alcoholism. At the times like these, we are becoming more and more aware of the importance of faith.